Hello, hello, hello. Today's lesson for drawing is brought to you by one of my favorite books, Giraffes Can't Dance by Giles Andreae. This book is wonderful. It is funny and it has a very good ending. I've tucked inside my picture of my dancing giraffe. I wanted to show you how I did this and show that you can have a little fun drawing Gerald the Giraffe. Um, the letter G has a soft sound and a hard sound, and when you say giraffe, sometimes it sounds like a J, but it's the G with the hard G. So I'm going to set Gerald aside and get another piece of paper so I can show you how I drew this. So Gerald's going to rest over here to the side. All right. Good. So I have a few crayons that I'm using to draw this, and I think I'm going to use brown to start. Now this giraffe is a very tall animal, so I'm going to start at the top of the page for the head. So there's the top of the page. I'm going to start with U. Yes, the shape of the letter U is perfect for the shape of a giraffe's head. And then I'm going to put a slight curve across there. And then I'm going to go up, curve, and come down on each side of the head for those little knob looking things that are there. Ears stick out to the side. So I make a little line on each side, and then I make a curve on the top and a curved line on the bottom for that ear. Curve on the top and curved line on the bottom. Great. I'm going to switch and use my black crayon to do eyes and his nose and a little smile down there. Oh, I'm not going to forget the eyebrows. While I have black, I'm going to go ahead and put the little hair that's on top of those like that. Back to brown. I'm drawing the giraffe's body, so I'm going to use brown to continue drawing. And the neck is going to start up here where the ear is. And it's going to come down about to the middle of the page. And then right on his cheek, I'm going to start with the other side of the neck with another line that comes down, and it goes past the first line a little bit further down. The next thing I'm going to do is make a curved line so the body looks like an oval. So I'm going to curve around and there for the body. Now Gerald is dancing, so his legs aren't going to be going straight down as if he was standing like we'd normally draw a giraffe. So I'm going to make one leg going this way and one leg that's curved this way. And notice I'm using two lines so I can go back and color these legs in. And another leg is going curved down this way. And another leg is kicking up in the back. The bottom of the giraffe's feet are black. I believe they're called hooves, the same way that hooves are on cows and horses. It's a hoof. Each foot has a hoof at the bottom. And I just add black there for the hoof. And his tail is dancing too, so I make two skinny lines together and add the leaf-looking tail at the bottom. Draw some lines on there. Okay. Next, I'm going to add Gerald's spots. And He's covered with spots all over his body. I'm just going to take a little brown, add a little bit of brown patches all over. I'm going to make some smaller and some bigger. And even a few on the legs. This is easy because you don't have to do like a perfect circle or perfect stripes. The spots on giraffes are just very random. And he probably has a few on his face, so I'm going to put a few up here on his head. There. The next thing I'm going to do is add the moon. I'm going to use purple and blue in the background because the sky is really not black at night. No, it's just very dark. So I'm going to use these purples and these blues, and I'm going to color with them all around. Okay, right here in the middle of his neck, right across here, I'm going to add a bumpy line for the bushes. Oh, I stopped right here, and I'm going to continue, keep going across for the bushes that are behind Gerald, the shrubs and plants in this jungle. Yes. All right, and then when I get right about down to where his legs are, I'm going to start making the ground with this orange crayon. When I get to a leg, I'm going to stop and keep going behind it to the other leg and stop and then keep going. That's an important step because you don't want to draw the line over his legs and feet. So the orange, I used orange and I used a little brown because I wanted it to not be so bright, but I didn't want it to be brown, brown, brown because there are already spots on our giraffe. Also because I like to use the three colors orange, green, and purple together when I make drawings. Those are the secondary colors. The secondary colors are a special color family. So now that I'm done with the orange, I'm going to add a little brown in there so it's not such a bright orange for the ground. Just makes a little bit of a difference for me. I like this. I like to mix colors sometimes. I'm going to go back and do the sky, and this is a dark blue. What is this called? This is called Beautiful. Wow. Yes, the sky is still blue at night. It's just not that bright blue we're accustomed to seeing in the daytime. It's just a very, very dark blue. Especially if the moon is shining, you will see that the sky is still bluish. But sometimes when there's no moon and it's very dark, and maybe sometimes when there's a blackout and there's no street lights on and our homes are dark, the sky just looks pitch black. And I hear people say that word. It's pitch black outside, but the sky is always blue. Always blue. So I'm using blue here to go ahead and color in this background, and then I'm going to add some purple, some violet, some blue violet to make the colors even richer. That's a technique I use a lot with crayons. I like to use more than one color when I'm coloring a certain area, and it's something that helps, for me, helps the drawing just look more complete to me. So I'm going to use this violet on top of this blue, that beautiful blue. I think that's one of the new colors. Oh no. I think that's one of the new colors that Crayola came out with recently, Beautiful. And that, I think that's a clever name. All right, so after I finish the sky, I'm going to color Gerald, and I'm going to color the green areas too. So I'm going really fast on this video. Normally I would take my time and color a little bit better, but I wanted you to see how the colors look together. So I'm going to just give you this quick demonstrate this the best I can in just a short amount of time. So I like the way those colors look together. Yes, and this is just regular blue. And I add some regular blue in there too. And you can see you can start to see the difference, can't you? I can. You can start to see the difference. Crayons are wonderful. To me, they're just as wonderful as paint because you can mix them in amazing ways too. You mix paint, you can mix crayons. The possibilities are there. Wow, I love it, I love it. Okay, and so I'm going to color in the green area behind him. I never like to leave the background just white. I never like to just draw a giraffe and leave him standing on a white piece of paper because to me he looks lost. I want to show where he is, what he's doing. I want to show the background. I want to show it in the background. I want to show what he's standing on, what kind of grass or ground he's standing on. I want to show all of that in my drawing. I think that creates the whole picture and the story for the viewer. The person who's looking at your art, they can look at your art and be like, wow, oh yeah, he's dancing in the jungle. Yeah, I can see it. Yes, added some more in there. And now for Gerald. And so I used the brown first because I knew I was going to color over with the yellow. His ears, his body, this long neck. This long neck lets a giraffe eat the leaves on tops of trees and see far and wide. They definitely can. And see, I can color right there on top of everything that's been drawn with the brown crayon, and the brown still shows because yellow is a lighter color. Fantastic. Now I know I did this really fast because I didn't want this video to be too long. That's enough for you to see that this doesn't take forever to do. But if you want to slow down and really just enjoy drawing and coloring, that's a great idea. So there's Gerald. This Gerald looks kind of silly compared to the first one that I drew. But Gerald the Giraffe, brought to you by the letter G and by one book that I really enjoy. It's called Giraffes Can't Dance. And if you don't have this book, there are read-alouds online that you can Google this title and hear someone read it. It's a wonderful, wonderful story. Come back and draw with me again sometime.